Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I started selling online in 2016, and I discovered that building brands is something that I was good at. I have, over the years, developed a formula that works pretty well. This is actually my second business that I'm selling through Empire Flippers, and I'm excited to get this one out there and to start something new.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
This brand is a collaboration between three partners, one that operates on a daily basis. The other two are more passive, and one is basically a financial backer. The other, his role, I can tell a little bit more after you get through vetting. But those two guys have other businesses. They're also a little bit older than me with everything that's going on in the world. They need some risk off the table. So they just like to cash out.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
I have a couple hours work every week when I'm building a new product. When I'm building a new product, the workload increases. But just to maintain the business, it's very simple. Just coordinating with vendors a couple hours a week, making sure stock levels are good, making sure vendors are paid, and making sure we're hitting our advertising targets with the folks that work on that. So it's very easy to maintain the size that it is. But growing is when some new time and new effort would have to come in to develop a new product. But then once those are actually going, also they're easy to maintain.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If we were to keep the business, do something very simple. It's actually something that I plan on doing this year before my partners decided to want out. I'll be developing more products, and I'll be expanding to Canada via Amazon and also to Europe. And I would leverage TikTok Shop in those markets also, which is something that I've done very successfully here in the US market.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
The biggest type of risk with this business, obviously, is your supply chain and where you're getting supply from. With everything that's going on in the world, sometimes the cup is half empty, sometimes it's half full, sometimes the cup is very shaky, there's water going everywhere. And issues bring opportunity. I do believe that if for some reason, let's say the place where we have our product made at were to be cut off from the US market, it would be a problem because you'd have to find a new domestic supplier, which they do exist. But there's also a gigantic opportunity because most of your competition has just disappeared. And this is a very unique product that most, basic level Amazon sellers are told to stay away from this type of product. So you have to just see what your appetite for risk is. And to me, it's a double-edged sword. Either things will stay the way they are and you'll keep sourcing from where we've sourced for many years, or the slate of competition is going to be wiped clean. You're going to have to source locally, and you would be one of the biggest players for this entire segment in the country if that were to happen. We're talking going from a couple $1 million operation to potentially hundreds of millions for the right people with the right team and the right capital that can make it happen.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
So I'm willing to give part through the transitional period, plus another 30 days, plus more time if needed. If the buyer is trying to develop new products or if they have any questions, maybe even 60 days. I also like to share the product ideas that I had that I didn't have a chance to develop. And we also have 2 products that we'll be launching during the closing process because we decided to sell kind of on a spur of the moment. We were in the process of developing products and it was just easier to keep going we were too far down the line. And the last product we launched was back in January, I believe. And it's been a great success. We've got solid 5-star reviews on it. And last 30 days, we averaged about 800 units sold at about $40 a piece. Our new products, it's an awesome success. And so will be the other 2 that are coming.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
Fortunately, the fact that I have 2 other partners and we all want to pursue other interests, I'm not able to take any type of earn-out. But like I said, I'm the one that operates the business. Maybe we can discuss me participating in the future as part of an earnout, but part of something that maybe we can do together.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I do think this is a business worth buying because of the margins, because of the political climate that we're in, because of the army of influencers we've built to push this brand forward. And I do believe that the right team that can expand overseas and take what we've developed here in the US somewhere else, you can easily double the size of this business just by doing it foreign. And it is the right time to do it with the product that we have. I cannot disclose who we are at this point, but with all the turmoil that we've had in this political climate at the mid-June, we've had the biggest month on record for us. It's this month of June right now, which is not part of the valuation. Our valuation got cut off in May. So if you want to do something, get in touch, at least look into it and get it out of the way. Don't wait until our numbers get refreshed for June because the price will go up. This is definitely a business worth getting into. I would not be getting out of it if it weren't for my other 2 partners.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.